Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. As you know, OC stands for community because we believe that our community thrives when we come together. We thank you for joining us each Tuesday evening on channel 56.10 on Little Saigon TV. This show is a bilingual English and Vietnamese program dedicated to educating, empowering, and inspiring our community. Today, we have a great opportunity to share with you two upcoming events, that is the toy drive and the concert at the Asian Garden Mall this Saturday, the 11th, and also the upcoming Breakfast with Santa on the 18th. Thank you so much for joining us each week. Today, we have three special guests. That's Santa Skip, Mrs. Claus Beverly, and also Michael McCray. Julie Diệp kính chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV trong chương trình kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Julie cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình mỗi thứ ba trên đài mình 56.10 và chương trình đây là chương trình song ngữ. Julie hy vọng quý vị khán giả có thời gian có nói chuyện với chúng tôi mỗi tuần về thông tin rất là quan trọng. Hôm nay Julie mời được 3 người quý khách, đó là Santa Skip, Mrs. Claus Beverly và Michael McCray. Thank you everyone for coming to the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Santa, if you want to say welcome to the audience.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for allowing us into your homes today.
I'm glad to be here. It's nice to be with you again.
It is so nice to see you. Oh, I really do miss you. It's so nice to see you again in person.
Right.
And especially last year when we had an opportunity only to do a drive-through event. This year we have a great opportunity to talk about, our new partnerships and all of our friends to do an in-person event. Michael, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, absolutely. It's my pleasure. And thank you guys for having us and for watching. It truly is a pleasure to be able to represent KCC out here.
Well, can you tell us, for the viewer who don't know what KCC is, what is KCC and what have you done with OC Autism in the past?
Yes, absolutely. So KCC, it stands for Kids Can Cosplay. And our main goal in Kids Can Cosplay is to help bring children's dreams to life, to really have them experience the magic of meeting their favorite characters and to learn about cosplay and how they can embrace their own imagination with costumes and their favorite characters. We do mainly charity events and virtual visitations, especially the last couple of years.
Well, I know you do a lot of hospital visits too.
Yes.
That's so exciting to see.
Yes, that's actually that's some of our favorite events. We started at the Long Beach Miller Hospital, and we have just been going to as many as we can since.
Well, thank you so much for all you do.
Oh, right back at you.
Well, Santa and Mrs. Claus, I know you've been with OC Autism for, I think, about 7 years.
That's right.
And what does OC Autism mean to you, and also to all the kids and the wonderful families that you get to meet each year?
For me, it's the ability to see the kids growing. That's one of the things. The other thing is to watch them when they see me, the excitement, the joy.
Yes.
And what's also fun is to see some of the parents when they catch me out of the corner of their eye. They kind of become a little bit like children themselves,
Yeah.
and they can enjoy that time. So I look forward to this event every year. We have a great time with all of the people who attend. I did terribly miss it, as you were alluding to, a drive-by Santa last year. We did have one young man who actually came up, exited the car, came up, gave me a hug. But
We try to keep to protocol, but sometimes we couldn't.
yes,
Too enthused.
he was very enthused. Yes, he actually was. But matter of fact, we'll be bringing one of our elves with us this year again to help us out in the pavilion, taking pictures with the families and that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you so much for always putting the kids first and making sure that you're always part of our event. So thank you so much for both of you for taking the time to always make us a priority and reserve that Saturday always for us for all these years.
It's fun. It goes by way too fast. It really does.
Well, thank you again. Thưa quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV, hôm nay Julie mời được ba người quý khách, đó là Santa Skip, Mrs. Claus và Michael McCray. Santa Skip với Mrs. Claus là làm hợp tác với Julie với hội OC Autism cũng gần 7 năm rồi. Julie đặt một câu hỏi đó là cái OC Autism có ý nghĩa gì cho Santa với Mrs. Claus? Santa nói đó là một cái chương trình đây là rất ý nghĩa, là làm cho Santa rất vui với cộng đồng của mình, rất vui. Nhiều em cũng với bố mẹ mỗi lần gặp Santa là thấy là cái mặt người nào cũng tươi hết. Thì Julie thấy rất là hân hạnh có được mời Santa Skip trở lại được đây là đây là năm thứ 2 kỷ niệm cho OC Autism Breakfast with Santa. Thank you so much, Skip. I just would like to mention that this is our 12th year anniversary to do Breakfast with Santa. To have you at our the kind of almost the center of why we do with all the kids means a lot to us, because it brings so many families out of bed and into into this great event. Michael, I know I've been working with Jay and so many of your talented team.
Yes.
And last year they literally helped save and rescue Christmas along with Santa. We put that drive-through event, I believe, in 2 days.
Yes, yes.
In 2 days. And so I just want to say thank you so much for, again, pulling all the stops and making sure that Christmas will always happen and that nothing can stop Christmas from coming.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, that's the whole point of KCC, and to really bring the magic and bring the joy. And
Yes.
we can't let Christmas be canceled. And so truly, thank you for working with us and bringing us in so that we could help out with that. I know that everyone that was involved in the KCC event last year, just everyone was raving about it, and we're really excited about it this year, and in all the future events in this month.
Thank you again. Thưa quý vị khán giả, hôm nay Julie cũng có một thời gian nói chuyện với Michael McCray. Michael McCray là một người trong cái hội là Kids Can Cosplay. Kids Can Cosplay là một trung tâm, cũng là non-profit, là phi lợi nhuận, giúp cho nhiều trẻ em có thời gian có bạn, cũng lập ra nhiều bạn, mà cũng là rất làm nhiều việc ý nghĩa trong cộng đồng của mình. Mỗi năm, trong năm á, thì họ cũng tới thăm nhiều bệnh nhân ở bệnh viện mà bệnh, tới chỗ trung tâm giống như hội của OC Autism á, giúp cho cộng đồng Việt Nam của mình, đặc biệt cho mấy em có khuyết tật về có ít may mắn chút. Năm trước á, là Julie với Santa Claus, với Kids Can Cosplay có hợp tác nhau, mà trong chỉ 2 ngày thôi là tạo được một cái Breakfast with Santa mà làm cái drive-through event. Là lúc đó là Covid là rất là nguy hiểm, thì chúng tôi cũng phải là cũng kêu mọi gia đình mở nắp cớp, bỏ quà vào, and then Santa với Mrs. Claus với mọi bạn của Kids Can Cosplay chỉ quắt tay chào hỏi chào mừng mọi người thôi. Mà cũng Santa nói đó là cũng một đứa em có khuyết tật rất là dễ thương, mở cửa chạy ra ôm Santa, thì Santa thấy đó là một cái memory rất là quý cho Santa. I was just sharing with them once more that, last year we were able to do this collaboration. And again, I'm so excited that we're able to do this in person. But for us to do this in person and to still maintain the safety for the community is really what we want to do. What does it mean, Santa, for you to be able to have kids sit on your lap again, or stand right next to you and take a photo with you, not just waving from afar?
This is the hardest thing last year, was not having that personal interaction.
Yes.
Because the kids that I see every year that come to Breakfast with Santa, you see them growing and evolving, and I miss that terribly. And I'm looking so forward to that this year. Even if we're wearing face coverings, it doesn't matter. We're back together again. That's the important part.
Well,
So,
thank you
yes.
again, Santa. Well, after the commercial break, we're definitely going to talk a lot more detail about what's going to happen this year and the two upcoming events. Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV đã theo dõi chương trình kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Sau phần quảng cáo, chúng tôi sẽ nói chi tiết thêm về cái chương trình gần tới đây, đó là cái Toy Drive với cái concert at Phước Lộc Thọ là thứ Bảy tuần đây ngày 11. Từ 11 giờ sáng tới 1 giờ trưa. And thêm nữa là cái Breakfast with Santa event ngày 18 là thứ Bảy, ngày 18 từ 10 giờ sáng tới 2 giờ trưa. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV.
Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình. 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. On our show today, we have 3 special guests. We have Santa Claus here on our show, Mrs. Claus, and Michael McCrae. They're representing OC Autism Foundation and also Kids Can Cosplay. We have 2 upcoming events that we would like to share with you once more. That is our toy drive this Saturday, December 12th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Asian Garden Mall. We hope to collect about 1,000 toys. And after that, we'll also talk to you a little bit more about our 12th annual OC Autism Breakfast with Santa. Julie kính chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Trong chương trình kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội hôm nay, Julie mời được Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus với Michael McCrae. Santa Claus đại diện cho OC Autism Foundation and Michael McCrae đại diện cho Kids Can Cosplay. Julie hy vọng mời quý vị khán giả với gia đình là tới tham dự chương trình thứ Bảy tuần đây, đó là ngày 11 tháng 12 từ 11 giờ sáng tới 1 giờ trưa tại Phước Lộc Thọ. Đây là cái chương trình là song mại và cho có nhạc với Little Saigon TV, mà thêm nữa ở sau sân khấu là sẽ có một cái thời gian cho quý vị tới chụp hình với Santa Claus. Mà thêm nữa là cái lý do mà Julie với hội OC Autism có mặt đó là Julie hy vọng được nhận được 1.000 cái quà để giúp cho mấy em có khuyết tật với gia đình nào cũng có ít may mắn chút. Thank you so much, Santa, Mrs. Claus, and Michael again for being a part of our show. I was just reminding the audience today that this Saturday on the 11th of December from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. we have a special show that will be a live show that Little Saigon TV will be doing. So it'll be a full musical production of a celebration of language and culture. But in addition to that, we'll be off the stage on the side also to have a photo, a booth for people to come take picture with Santa, and also hopefully for us to collect 1,000 toys, because we really want to make sure that we are able to create an opportunity for kids of all abilities to be inclusive, to be able to be a part of the community, and also to celebrate in a very safe environment. I know, Santa, when you are at my event, it's always a very emotional day for me, because I never know how I was able to pull off an event for 4,000 people, and this year we might be pushing to 5,000. And you've always given me that hope and the best word of advice. What kind of advice would you give to our families when especially the holiday season is so hard? Because many people, especially during COVID, they've lost families. Maybe they've lost a job, or they're just going through some very tough time. And we always try to put our best face forward, a smile on social media, but that may not be the full story. I want you to give some advice and some hope to the community, Santa.
For me, okay, to the community, with coming out of COVID, or as we get closer to the end, it's important that families, be together and do something. Everybody was so housebound for so long, okay, that you get, an old term is called cabin fever, all right, where it's kind of tense in the house, where if you come out and join us on Saturday the 18th, it's a family, very friendly affair. It is very safe. There is only one entrance and one exit to this park. Kids are watched very closely. And it's just a different day for the kids than it's been in the past. And that's really important for the little guys, whether they are in wheelchairs, whether they're fully ambulatory, to get them out back in the community again. And I'm going to be very selfish now. Come see me. Come see me, okay? I'll be in a pavilion. I'll be in the chair again. I will be with the backdrop again and the Christmas tree and all that. Come take a picture with me. If you don't want a picture, come talk to me, all right?
Oh.
I'm looking forward again to being able to not be a drive-by Santa Claus, rather than a Santa Claus with, if you're of a decent size, you can sit on my knee and talk to me. If you're very large, you can either sit on the arm of the chair with me or stand beside me. And even the children who are bound to a wheelchair, come park beside me. I will lean into them, take pictures with them. Please come out and enjoy the day as a family. Get out of the house, please. We've been stuck in there for so long. You need something different. You need a step back towards normal life that everybody is searching for.
Well, thank you again, Santa. I know some people are kind of hesitant to come out. And, you know, especially when we say we have this event for thousands of people. But the truth is we've taken so many safety precautions and measures. In addition to, you know, having, you know, tickets for the event, we actually separate it by groups. So we are going to control the flow of traffic, making sure that we have an A group, which is our morning group, from 10 a.m. to 12, and then another one from 12 to 2. You know, because some of our kids like to wake up a little later on the weekend, and our families.
Right.
You know, so, but thank you so much, Santa, for the encouragement. Because, you know, this is going to be a COVID-safe event. All of our volunteers will be masked, and then all the people who are serving the food will wear gloves and everything like that. As the students, you know, especially when we are working with a community who have children with disabilities, with autism, who may or may not be able to tolerate a mask, you know, we'll provide some accommodations too. But I think if they can't tolerate a mask, at least to provide social distancing, we literally have 600 plus bottles of hand sanitizer donated by Cali Chem, you know, it's like a nail supply store that literally delivered to our office, and then we're going to say, no, we're going to make sure everybody's sanitized. And as long as we wash our hands or sanitize in between, I think we'll be able to maintain the safety. So
Right.
Thank you again, Santa, for reassuring us and for encouraging us all to continue to keep the holiday spirits and to, most importantly, continue to celebrate as a family.
Absolutely.
Cảm ơn quý vị. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Santa. Hôm nay Santa khuyên quý vị tới tham dự chương trình, đó là cái Breakfast with Santa ngày 18 tháng 12. Mà quan trọng nhất á, là Santa nói đó là trong mùa Covid rất nhiều gia đình cũng thấy cũng sợ hãi thì cũng ở nhà nhiều, mà tại bây giờ đó năm nay cũng nhiều người chết nhiều rồi, mình vẫn xài khẩu trang với rửa tay thường xuyên, thì mình Julie với hội OC Autism cũng rất giữ cái an toàn cho quý vị. Năm nay Julie cũng là chia ra cái ticket đó là không phải là từ 10 giờ tới 2 giờ không, mà điều mình separate là hai cái nhóm sáng là 10 giờ tới 12 giờ, nhóm trưa là ngày 12 giờ tới 2 giờ. Thì hy vọng quý vị thấy an toàn thì ráng tới tham dự chương trình. Mỗi em sẽ được tặng một cái quà, cũng có đồ ăn cho là Breakfast with Santa, cũng có rất nhiều cái booth với cái trung tâm giúp cho quý vị. Thì Julie cũng cảm ơn quý vị và hy vọng quý vị tới tham dự chương trình. Thank you, Santa, for sharing that. I just want to make sure that, you know, Mrs. Claus also shares with us her experience. Mrs. Claus, I know you're always right next to Santa. And I know your job is not to be in front of the camera always, but it's the most important job for me to see, because I know you're there with him and you never leave his side. Tell me what it means to be Mrs. Claus, and what kind of joy does it bring when you see the kids interact with Santa Skip, sit on his lap, tell them what they want for Christmas, and just have someone to talk to.
It's great. It's great to watch him, and my most important job is to take care of him. And second is
But throughout the year or only that day?
no, every day. And my second most important job is I'm the candy cane person. So
It's true. I have a candy cane to prove it.
yeah.
How did she greet you today?
That was the handshake. Came up, gave a candy cane. It was feeling very festive.
Yeah, that's my second most important job. My most important is to take care of him, make sure if he needs a snack or if he needs something to read. But I also try and help make sure that the kids are in good positions to be able to see everyone and encourage the ones that are a little bit shy and try and settle down the ones that are a little bit too rowdy. So those are my jobs.
Do you have a memory of one of the kids that was sitting with Santa or was with Santa?
The one that I remember most is, I do not remember his name, but he was a very large child, and he's probably in his late teens or early 20s, and he just came running and jumped into his lap, and it was like his knees kind of gave out for a second, and it was like, okay, I'm fine now. And
like I was mentioning during the break too, that was actually one of my favorite photos. It was literally about 200 pounds or something, and I have a photo of him still, and it was him sitting on Santa's lap, and the only thing I saw of Santa skip with his arm on the right.
Yeah, and he ran out and just had to sit in his lap and didn't wait for any props.
I hope to create more Christmas miracles and memories this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Sau vòng quảng cáo, Julie sẽ tiếp tục nói thời gian nói chuyện với Santa Skip, Mrs. Claus với Michael McRae. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV.
Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình. 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Today on our show, we have two special upcoming events. That is the toy drive and the concert over at the Asian Garden Mall this Saturday, December 11th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And also our 12th annual Breakfast with Santa, that is on December 18th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm getting these numbers mixed up, but what it is that we have three very special guests to talk about the events that are coming up, their participation with OC Autism and with Kids in Cosplay. Before the commercial break, we have a great opportunity to talk about the importance of coming out as a family, continue to celebrate, and coming back to some sense of normalcy. At this part, I'm going to hopefully have a more opportunity to learn about Kids in Cosplay and what they have planned with us this year. Michael, thank you so much for coming on our show today. I know we have so many opportunities to talk to Santa and Mrs. Claus, but I want to reserve this special opportunity to learn more about Kids in Cosplay. So what type of kids join your group?
So anyone who really needs a superhero visit, or anyone who really needs a visit from Santa or the Grinch or whoever, we are there for them. We do have specialize in giving our experience to kids with disabilities or kids who are in hospitals.
Yes.
But we really are we are happy to kind of share the loves of these characters with anyone who would like them.
Okay, but you have an affinity primarily for kids who are in hospitals, who are struggling a little bit, having a little hard time, and also kids who have disabilities, because many of them oftentimes may not have friends or people coming to their birthday parties, because I've seen those too.
100%, and especially when you're going through rough times. Last year has shown this extensively. When you're going through rough times, especially when you're younger, you need that hero there to say, hey, it's gonna be okay.
Aww.
You just keep going. And that's what Kids Can Cosplay is about. That's why our founder Jay, that's the sole reason he created it, so that when a kid is going through harder times than any kid should have to go through, we can be there to try and brighten their day and to put a smile on their face and to show them that if they wanted to, they can cosplay with us. They can be their favorite character. And you don't need a ton of money. You don't need to do a bunch of stuff. You just have to enjoy the character and embrace the imagination. And that's what we strive to do.
I know when I invited Jay and Kids Can Cosplay to participate in OC Autism, I said, how much does it cost? And he says it doesn't cost a thing.
Nothing.
And I think that's the thing about it, is that like a lot of us, we do the things that we do because for the love of the kids and to make sure that every child and every family continue to have that hope.
Absolutely. And hope is such a big, powerful thing. And during this last year, we were trying to figure out how are we going to do this, because so much of our events, we do toy drives, we do hospital visits, we do just events for the holidays where kids can come out.
Yes.
And all of that stopped. And so we were like, how can we, during such a stressful time, how can we bring what we do to kids? So we started doing these virtual visitations.
Oh, that's great.
In fact, if you want, you can sign up for one on our page, www.kidskingcosplay.org. So we started using Zoom like everybody else. We embraced Zoom and started setting up Timmy, for example, with the Justice League and letting him meet Batman and the Flash and Superman. And it was a unexpected turn, but honestly, it has meant so much. We've had so many kids come back for multiple visits to really get to know Robin, to really get to know the Flash, and it's something we really enjoy doing. So truly, if that is something that you're interested in, if you have a kid of any ability, like, please reach out. We'd be happy to help.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that, because I know that we're so appreciative for you, for Kids Can Cosplay to rescue Christmas last year and making sure that we have a Christmas last year. But I think, and what I love about that virtual event is because, you know, all of us, we had to be creative and we had to find different ways to still stay connected. And I think, you know, during the pandemic, Santa, I had to remind people, it's social distancing. You know, it's physical distancing. I'm sorry, it's physical distancing, not social distancing. That, you know, yes, we couldn't physically be together. We were on lockdown, but socially we still had to stay connected. You know, so thank you so much for, you know, to Jay, to all the team for being so creative and for doing that for the community.
Oh, absolutely, and vice versa. Truly. It is such an honor for Kids Can Cosplay to be able to work with you guys on the toy drive coming up on the 11th, on Breakfast with Santa on the 18th. It really is what we love to do, and to be able to work with so many like-minded people, it really does mean a lot. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I mean, I'm so blessed, Santa and Mrs. Claus, for having such a great team. I think we have at the core the same heart and the same heartbeat. So thank you again for being a part of this great year, and I'm so excited to see what it's going to be like this year. Thưa quý vị khán giả, hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Michael McRae. Michael McRae đại diện cho Kids Can Cosplay, nói tắt đó là KCC. Nếu quý vị có em cần cái superhero gọi để cho hướng dẫn em, hoặc có một người bạn nói chuyện đó, đó là www.kidscancosplay.com. Một lần nữa đó là www.kidscancosplay.com. Sẽ có một cái superhero hoặc một cái princess hoặc một cái Santa Claus hay người nào Zoom với em, nói chuyện với em, khi nào quý vị thấy không có an toàn lắm thì tham dự chương trình. Mà trong năm cũng có giúp được, chứ không phải là trong một Christmas không. Chương trình của OC Autism với Kids Can Cosplay là non-profit, thì mỗi chương trình Julie đặt ra với bạn hợp tác nhau á, là miễn phí cho quý vị. Mà nếu quý vị có khả năng có lòng giúp cho hỏi cái website của Julie là ocautismfoundation.org. Một lần nữa là www.ocautismfoundation.org. Quý vị có thể donate trên online. Họ cũng muốn giúp cho Kids and Cosplay để cho họ vẫn tiếp tục làm cái chương trình đây trong năm, đó là www.kidscancoplay.com. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV đã luôn luôn ủng hộ chương trình kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. And you know, I wanted to make sure that the community knows that even though all the things that we do in the community is free, because we don't want to turn anybody away. We don't want money to stand in the way of the family to celebrate Christmas. We don't want money to get away for a kid to get a wrapped toy for the event. We don't want to get anything to get away, or for them to find any other excuse to participate in our event. So all of our events are free. But we know that in order for us to continue to do this, you and I and Jay and Santa and everybody throughout the year, we do need funds. You know, so it's hard for us to ask for help, because I think a lot of times we know how to give, but we're not really good at receiving. And I know, as I shared with you, Santa, I finally found that balance. I find that balance of not taking it upon myself and be a martyr for this project. And also truly living up to what OC Autism is about, which is to remind me and remind everybody around us that OC stands for our community. And we do have to work together. We do have to support each other. 12 years ago or so, when I started OC Autism, I kind of foresaw that I was going to lose myself in charity.
Yeah.
So when I made the silicone bracelet, it says, you know, our website, but then on the flip side it says, I love me. And I think for the last 15 years that I did this, I kind of forgot about me. But I think what I want to remind our audience also is, you know, yes, we love everybody around us. We love our families, we love our kids. But I do want to remind Santa, Mrs. Claus, you know, Jay, you and I, to still make sure that each morning when we wake up, that we feel good, that we feel healthy enough to help others. Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV đã tiếp tục theo dõi chương trình kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội và luôn luôn ủng hộ OC Autism Foundation với Kids Can Cosplay. Sau phần quảng cáo, chúng tôi sẽ nói chi tiết thêm về cái chương trình của ngày 18, đó là The 12th Annual OC Autism Breakfast with Santa. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV.
Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Today we have a great opportunity to talk to Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, and Michael McRae from Kids Can Cosplay. We hope to invite you to our upcoming 12th Annual OC Autism Breakfast with Santa event at the Atlantis Place Center. I believe it's in the city of Garden Grove. I'm forgetting.
Yes.
And that is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Today we have a great opportunity to talk to Santa and Mrs. Claus and to learn more about Kids in Cosplay. And you know, before the commercial break, Michael, we had a great opportunity to learn about what Kids Can Cosplay was able to do to help kids during the pandemic, having a virtual event and virtual meet and greet. But this year, we're going to be in person.
Oh, yeah.
I am beyond excited.
Oh, us too. We are so excited for this event.
How do you feel, Santa? Like, I'm just excited and giddy just thinking about it.
It's real Christmas again, where the kids can actually come see me, sit on my knee, tell me what they would like for Christmas, okay? Take a picture with the family. Some of those are the best ones, when you have child on your knee, and I'm this little image between the two children, and the family is standing all around the chair. Those are really great pictures, really great memories for me also. The other thing too is I may have alluded it to earlier, is you get a chance to see, and it's going to be 2 years now, is you get a chance to see these children growing up.
Yes.
You know, they were little tiny guys, and now they're, you know, they're not young adults, but basically they're, you know, middle schoolers or in grammar school, that kind of thing. So yes, I love what I do. It is so much fun coming down from the pole and visiting for that day. It really is.
What about you, Mrs. Claus? Are you excited for this event?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been, last year was a little strange. Everything was distance and all that, and so to be able to help get a child on his knee and help hand out the candy canes and make sure everybody gets their treat and stuff. I'm excited to be back in person again.
I know, just to be able to say we're going to be back in person.
Yeah.
It feels like a very wonderful thing. I know that we have to take so many precautions, making sure that there are, you know, we're limiting how many people will come at what time. So there's more room in the park and more distance in between. And as you know, as you mentioned, Santa, this is a very safe park. It's a gated park with one entrance and one exit.
Right.
We have securities around helping people. And we'll also have, you know, over, you know, 300-400 volunteers being peer buddies that day for all the families, and being able to set up and distribute the toys, prepare the food. All the food will be individually wrapped, and we want to make sure that, you know, there's a safety there. We definitely want to make sure that everyone is safe, so we would literally have hundreds of places to sanitize and clean hands and all of those, Santa. So I know one of the things that you asked me is, Julie, do I have to have a mask on that day? You know, and I think I would tell you, Santa, is that, you know, all of our volunteers will have masks. All of our families and parents will wear masks. The kids, if they can tolerate it, they will wear masks. You know, for Santa, I know everyone wants to see your face. So you won't be wearing a mask, but maybe everybody that's standing behind you might be wearing a mask, Santa. So, but you know, before they touch you or after they leave you, we'll make sure that everyone gets sanitized. Right. You know, so I think we'll try our best to make sure we maintain everyone's safety. And I think because it's an open air outdoor venue, that, you know, reduces a lot of risk factor too, you know. So I thank you, Santa, for being respectful of the rules and the guidelines and all the guests that are coming too, right? And I think that that's the hardest part for me as, you know, president of OC Autism, is to have that balance. It's how do we come back and how do we have some normalcy, but at the same time prevent anybody from getting sick or preventing any kind of outbreak at our event. Right. Yeah. You know. Right. So I think that that's one thing. What does it feel like for you, for Kids in Cosplay, to be able to come to the Christmas? What will you guys be doing that day?
So it's actually a big day for us. We called in all the stops, got all of the Justice League, all of the X-Men, all of the Avengers there. And we actually will be having breakfast with Santa, and we will be having our own Christmas Now holiday event that you can find out more on our website about.
What about that event called?
It's a Christmas Now, and it's our biggest event of the year, and I have to say our whole team have been so excited about the 18th because we've got breakfast with Santa and we've got Christmas Now, and it's honestly, everyone I've talked to has just been so excited. I know that when for the breakfast with Santa, we're going to be having our superheroes walking around. So while they're in line to meet Santa, they can meet some of their favorite characters from. And by the way, not only superheroes. I say superheroes because those are my favorite. But you know, we've got Disney princesses. We've got everyone and anyone you could hope for. Hopefully. And
but Jay told me there's going to be about 50 characters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we'll be handing out toys. We'll be guiding people on the way, and just having a great time hanging out with everybody.
You know, I've been talking to Jay about preparing for this event on the 18th, and Jay mentioned that there were 2 events.
Yeah.
I didn't know the other event was his own event. So he's carving out time and kind of dividing some of the staff and the volunteers to be at our event. Now I feel so honored.
Well, it honestly is so worth it because as we worked with you guys in the past, it's such a good cause, and this is what KCC stands for. So in any way that we can help, we will absolutely be there.
Will you be there? Because I know there's 2 events.
You know what? I will find a way.
So you're running and managing the Christmas Now event.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to be helping out with it. I'm the media director, so I kind of help out with what videos we get, what all the content and all that fun stuff. But we also, on December 11th, coming up, this toy drive, I know that it's so important so that we can have all these toys to be able to give out and for Santa to give out, to add to his whole collection of toys. So we really are honored to be able to work with you on both events.
Well, thank you. We are so happy to have you. And Santa and Mrs. Claus for every year, for as long as you are here and able to.
I'll be there. That's the key. I'll be there. Okay?
Well, you know, there are years that for the medical help. I don't. You come and you still didn't allow me to.
I have a full team of doctors at the pole that take care of me and make sure that I can make that long flight and do some of the appearances like the breakfast with Santa. So no, as long as I'm able, I will be there.
Thank you so much, Santa, for always, you know, loving us, loving me, loving the kids, and being there for our community.
Thank you for inviting me every year. That's so much fun. It really is. And that's again, I'm going to, you heard it in an earlier segment, but as a family, come down and visit us. Come down and be part of the program, please. It's a great day out for the family. It's a great day out for the kids. That's even more important. Merry Christmas. We'll see you at the Atlantis Park on the 18th. Stay safe.
So thank you guys all so much for watching, and Kids King Cosplay is so honored to be a part of this community. If you guys can, if you have toys to donate, or if you just have an event that you need us at, or if you just have a virtual visitation that you really want to happen, please check out www.kidscancosplay.org. That's www.kidscancosplay.org. Thank you so much again.
Thưa quý vị khán giả, hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, với Michael McRae, đại diện cho OC Autism Foundation and Kids Can Cosplay. Một lần nữa, Julie với OC Autism muốn mời quý vị tới tham dự chương trình, đó là The 12th Annual OC Autism Breakfast with Santa. Nếu quý vị muốn vé thì liên lạc số điện thoại đó là 714-799-3030, hoặc lên website của Julie đó là www.ocautismfoundation.org. Một lần nữa, Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV đã luôn luôn ủng hộ chương trình Kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Julie chúc quý vị rất nhiều sức khỏe và may mắn. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả.